hello. Welcome to the weekly review with Sean Srock. I am Sean the Keenan Torres here. And of course, I am joined along with.
And it's your boy Srock, the Mike. How we doing?
Pretty good, brother. Pretty good. It's another day in good old Tampa. You know, the
Good
summer's
old
around the
Tampa.
corner.
Good old
Summer's
Tampa
around
Bay.
the corner.
Summer
You
is
know,
around.
the heat's
Summer's around the
hitting.
corner. Man, it's shit. Summer is around the last corner because it's about 99 degrees. It's literally $9.99 right now. Like, we on sale right now. It's so hot. It's hot. Prices are rolling pretty much. It is hot as hell.
That's true. It is pretty hot. It's pretty. I mean, I had to call the AC guy. Like my AC broke before I could have it serviced, and I gotta wait for him to have it come out here just to do the, you know, that yearly seasonal thing.
Yeah. You gotta call them ahead of time.
Do that.
You gotta call them when it's not even broke, just to time how long it takes him to get there. You know.
Well, that's what I did. I have an appointment for one to come out on the 1st of June. To season it. Now it's just like, well, you know, don't worry about it because I got to pay even more money to have someone out here and come actually work on it now.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's the life of a homeowner. You know what I mean? You got to have all. You know, you got to have these guys on speed dial. It's funny you say that though, because I went back home last week and on the fridge at home, my parents still have like phone numbers for people, like written down, and like even my phone number for some reason, like you think you know. I mean, I know with cell phones these days, you know, we don't even really memorize numbers anymore. But it's so funny because like my number was wrong on there, and I've been like, have they been trying to call me this whole time? And it's still an old number. That's it, you know. But yeah, man, you know, it keeps you humble. You know, every now and then I go on MapQuest to see if it's even a website anymore, and it is.
Yeah, I can't believe it still works. I can't believe that it still actually works. I'm sure they probably use Google at this point. I think they're paying.
I guess
like
we you're stuck in like the old ways, or you know, every generation has an era where they're just like stuck in. Like my dad was like, sorry, can you update my GPS? Like the GPS you put in your car, like not a cell phone. I'm talking about like the Garmin that you put in, and with Garmin you actually have to, well, at least the one he had, you have to plug it into your computer to update the maps.
Yeah. I had one. The Garmin that I had back in the day was the one, because I was paid too much money for. I paid like $300 for this stupid thing. But it's where you take the SD card out, put it in your computer, put the update file on your computer, and then put it back in your Garmin. You could update that way, or you could plug it in.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
But it really was. I'm like, I just plug it in, but then the plug-in doesn't always work seamlessly. That's why they would prefer you to use the SD card.
Yep.
So it's like,
life of a traveler, right? You gotta have your Garmin updated. Like, yeah, you don't even. Well, he does travel. Well, he doesn't travel a lot, but when he does, he travels far. So I guess you gotta update the map every year or something like that. So, but anyways,
speaking of traveling, how was OKC?
Oklahoma, man, it was exactly what I thought it was gonna be. Boring as hell. No, I'm kidding. It wasn't terrible, man. It was I mean, we were there for the wedding. You know, we flew in late Friday night, like 9 or 10, and pretty much went to like a little get together. The bride's family is actually from there, so you know, it wasn't really a lot of us on my side. But yeah, the next day, Saturday, was the wedding. And before the wedding, me and Paige had went out to like a brunch, like just breakfast or lunch. I mean, it was like noon, so I guess that's brunch. In downtown Tulsa, and it was like you ever see The Walking Dead? When when they first,
I haven't watched all of them or anything like that. I've seen a couple episodes.
Yeah, so like when they go, you know, there'll be episodes where they go into the city or a town or something like that, and it's just like cars everywhere, not cars everywhere, but it's just like, you know, it's empty, there's nobody around. That's how it kind of was. Like, it was literally no one around. Like, we had waiters and stuff. I was like, how did you guys get here? Like, did you just, you know, beam down from the sky? Yeah, it was interesting, you know, but we ate very fast, obviously, and went back to the hotel, man. Went to the wedding, you know, acting a fool as usual. And Sunday morning we flew out back to Michigan, and yeah, that was a good time. I got to see some friends and family, and you know, that's, you know, how that goes. And
so the whole wedding party, or was it just you and Paige went to Michigan after
just me and her, yeah. So because my cousin that was getting married, he actually lives there too. And they went on their honeymoon. I think they went to Hawaii. I think, I'm not sure. I know it's definitely far from Oklahoma. So yeah, they was.
He's like, I gotta get out of Oklahoma.
Yeah, no, man, it's a nice. See, I'm usually a nice person. I say it's a nice town, but like, I feel like I only met like I feel like I met everybody in the town, and it was like 10 people, and it was just one big movie. So if you go to Oklahoma, get a travel agent first, you know, to make sure that, you know, you're headed in the right direction. Because where we went was cool, but, you know, I don't really, it's not somebody to be like, hey man, you ever been to Oklahoma? It's amazing.
Did you ever get it? Did you happen to get a chance to go by the
museum?
Yeah.
No, trust me. Like, if you would have saw like the weather and just like the whole vibe of where we were, like not at the wedding, I'm saying, but like when we went to get food beforehand, it was just like, I really didn't want to go too far away from like your other people.
Your core group. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and not only that, like, I mean, just to give you an example, when you call an Uber, it was like a 15 and 20 minute like pickup time, like wait time till they got to you. Like you go outside in Tampa, I press the Uber button and like they're already there. Like Uber, like 1 minute away, you know, or like you call an Uber in Tampa, like you have to literally be ready to go. Like,
yeah,
it tells if you're ready, you might be sitting there for 20 minutes, just, you know, just waiting. So, and then, you know, Uber picks, you could tell like they're like a family, like you could tell the Uber driver is like, this is probably like his third job that he's working at the time. Cause, you know, you got kids' toys in the bag and shit and all that. It's a multi-use vehicle.
It's actually more of an actual share ride than a cab ride like it is here, basically.
Yeah. Uber's like, a privilege there. Definitely.
Yeah, we're spoiled Uber, I think. Uber and Lyft, they're like cabs here. You know, everyone knows I don't drive drunk. First thing I do when everyone says, hey, you're going out. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna call my Uber.
See, that's how you do it.
Always readily available. But I can imagine if I go someplace, like, you know, I go back to my hometown, go back to South Carolina. It's a different beast, you know. It's a good 25 minute wait just to get it, even though it's not here. Like even though it's not like a small city, but it's not like a large one either. But people don't rides like that. They prefer to drive drunk and get an Uber.
That's true. And even then, like, I mean, the Uber driver, he's probably the town sheriff at the same time. You know, he got a lot of different hats. You know, he does a couple different things.
You're not far off from that. I mean, that's the thing. You really aren't far off, especially when you talk about, you know, places like Oklahoma or hell, even parts of South Carolina. Trust me, they're there.
Yeah, and it's you know, and speaking of, I mean, it's nothing like Tampa. A lot of people don't realize, like, man, we are lucky as shit we're down here. You know, like I still think Florida's crazy, but like, you know, the freedom that we have with everything that's going on has been amazing. Because I went when we were in Michigan, even then, like, you know, I'm in my hometown, which it's not Tulsa, and there's way more things to do, and you know, it's a little more lively. But you know, I forget they still have like, you know, strict mask mandates, and we went out to meet some friends. It was just like kind of like a little reunion with, you know, college friends and people I grew up with. And like, you know, you got to wear masks when you're walking around inside. It was, I hate when it's like an inside restaurant, but there's also a patio. So it's like you just got a roof over the head, but you still like kind of outside.
You're open.
You know,
air,
it's like, it's debatable where we at. But anyway, like we had a group like 20, and you know, the waiter or waitress was just like, oh, you guys got to be 6 feet apart. Like it was just like they were still back a year ago. And everything closed at 10.
They're gonna hit hard right now.
They can hit right. Yeah, that was the worst time to go, right? Who thought going from Florida to Michigan, you actually risking it? Not the other way around. So yeah, man, definitely, you know, made me like realize like, damn, we lucky, you know, because other places.
Trust me, I talked to my sister back home and my brother, and things are, you know, things are different there. You know, here, granted, you know, either love or hate, you know, the government.
Right. But
at the end of the day, for the most part, we kind of agree that we want to be out, we want to enjoy things and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Even if we got to wear masks, we still, for the most part, agree that that's what we want to do. Right. In South Carolina, it's
you don't got a choice.
Yeah, there's no choices. There's no choices at all. It's just, hey, we're open. Don't wear a mask. Get the hell out of here.
Exactly. You know, but whatever. I mean, safety first, so I ain't complaining. Oh, I just want to throw this in, and then I want to get to what we're going to talk about today. But do not fly. I repeat, do not fly American Airlines.
Oh,
ever.
Lord.
You're
gonna hurt us getting a sponsor like already.
I don't care. Fuck them. Listen. Do not fly American Airlines, because this was like, you know, when people say this was the worst traveling experience I've ever had, or flying experience, like, and it's like, yeah, of course it was terrible. But like this American Airlines, it wasn't just like one thing. It was like multiple things that would happen on different flights. You know,
really?
Losing bags,
really had a problem
damaging bags. Okay, let me just say this. On the way back home, we had a layover in Charlotte, I think. I can't remember. Yeah, Charlotte. And it was delayed. Our plane was delayed to Tampa because of the most random. I mean, maybe I don't know if this is a common reason, but it's the first time I've ever heard of it. But we didn't have a pilot. We had a plane, but no pilot. Like,
oh yeah, that happens.
Not very often. Does that happen a lot?
No, not often, but it does happen. Yeah, it does. It's happened to me once.
I mean, doesn't the plane fly itself most of the time anyway? I mean, pilot is just there just in case something goes wrong. Oh, I mean, I'm just kidding. I don't want to talk shit about pilots, because one of my friends is a pilot.
Yeah.
And they're great. And you just left.
Yeah. Sorry.
But like I was saying, I'm sure you can hear me, but it was a terrible experience. They didn't have a pilot. Every flight we got on was delayed. So like, that kind of brings me into, you know, I was thinking like, how do you not have a pilot at an airport on a major airline? And when I was in Michigan, I one of the days I actually took a bike ride up and down one of the main streets, and I was noticing so many signs of now hiring, bonuses at the start, looking for employees, yada 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 yada. So, you know, and that as far as American Airlines, I don't know if they just are short employees or short pilots, but apparently this like nobody working or this unemployment thing is, unemployment with available employment thing is the issue.
They didn't actually, they're not short pilots, but they are short hours. So like with the whole pandemic all last year, somehow or another they said they lost too much money to have all the pilots on payroll, which to me is bullshit, because this is a
they said they lost industry. Too much money?
Too much money. Yeah. So they put their pilots on furlough. Look, quite a few of them on furlough. So they're still employed, they're still pilots, they're just not working right now.
They just not doing nothing.
Right.
Okay.
And so
that makes sense, because my buddy worked for American Airlines and he's still getting paid even though he don't work there.
Yeah.
Like he has like a buyout, so he's getting paid for a certain amount of time. But it's just like, how do you run out of, you know, like how do you run out of all things? Like I see if there was a guy you could get your tickets from, or if someone's wrong with the baggage claim, or maybe they just didn't have enough, like, you know, cleaners on the plane or stewardess. But like, how you run out of the one thing you probably don't want to run out of?
Hey, well, look at it this way. Though.
Like, can you picture us
before you got on the plane?
Well, they would wait on a runway
to say it.
Like, imagine us on a runway, just like all behind the plane, pushing it like a car stalled or something like that. Like that.
We're gonna get to imagine you guys are sitting on the tarmac, the plane's and backed up, and all of a sudden you hear, pigeon patchers. We were now delayed for another 5 hours because we have to wait for our pilot to come back.
And the thing is, and there's actually a limit to how long you can be delayed before like you're compensated or free flight or whatever in one way or another. And it's I think it's 3 hours, well, at least for American Airlines. And it's funny because all the delays were always like right at that cusp to where, like, you know, it'd be 2 hours and 45 minutes or 2 hours or 2 hours and 50 minutes. Like they know they're gonna keep you as long as possible. Not even mention that it's like 30 other airlines who are flying to the same place for cheaper with like twice as many pilots. So I don't know. It was a terrible experience with American Airlines. I mean, I bet probably
Spirit was flying back. I bet Spirit was just flying out like crazy, huh?
I mean, see, that's the thing about Spirit and like Allegiant. Like, I don't give a damn if American Airlines didn't have any workers. I would never. Listen, you fly them, you risking like your safety, like for real.
Hey, I flew Spirit. It wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't horrible. I made it my destination and made it back. So it's a win. It's a lose win.
Listen, you fly Spirit. You know when you get on a plane, like the stewardess and pilot says, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, you know they They introduce
Oh
themselves.
no, you're not getting down Spirit. You're
No,
getting
Spirit.
Up.
Like they wearing like street clothes. Like you don't even know if they work for the airline. The pilot got like a parachute tied to his back just in case.
You know what's funny though is everything we're saying about Spirit now, Spirit and Allegiant is the same thing we said about Southwest when they first came out. The same exact thing. And Southwest used to fly everyone in the country for $80, $85, somewhere around there. And they were like, oh no, I'm not flying Southwest. That's gonna kill me. Oh yeah, they did it for years. And then it finally changed to where they started making once the company makes money, they change and they raise their prices and they're like, oh no, we're no longer the little guy, we're the big guy now. And that's what they did. And Spirit, JetBlue, and Allegiant are doing the same thing. JetBlue is a little bit more ahead of the game than the other two because they were smart. They're like, we're gonna fly international. That's where we're gonna make money.
Listen, I'm about to start flying private. You might start like I saw you on a jet the other day. Like, how'd you do that? Well, I paid for it.
and yeah, let me tell you how much a private plane costs. I only know the price from Mississippi.
Or like to buy.
No, this is the cost for one flight. Just from one flight from Mississippi to South Carolina. I don't know of any other prices because that's the only one I've ever actually gauged. It costs $3,500 a person for that flight.
All right, Mississippi to where? South Carolina. Is that close?
That's very close.
I mean,
it's normally a 2.5 hour flight for $3,500.
I feel like with private planes, you probably just go up and tell them how much money you want to spend, and they say, "Well, you can go this far." You can sit down for like 10 seconds, and then you gotta get off.
It's like, hey, look, I've got $800. Where would that get me? Oh, that'll get you to the state line. That's it.
Get you to the back of the line. Sorry. If we ever need somebody to clean the plane, we'll let you know. But yeah, man.
So what you got, man? What you got today?
It was a great weekend, man. A lot of hype around. I mean, it's trending on pretty much anything that can trend. The doggy cone. You call it doggy. I call it doji. I call it Dodge. Right. I call it for what it is.
We're gonna
Dodge that because I ain't gonna make money off of it.
So I don't know what Elon Musk said on Saturday Night Live because I haven't watched that one yet. I watch Saturday Night Live when I get to whatever when I get bored. But so I don't know what he called it, but I know he's invested in it. I know he calls it a meme currency. That is
that should be like the first red flag. Oh, you mean tell me this is a joke? Let me get my real money into it.
But it's a meme currency that is now worth a few $1 billion thanks to Elon Musk.
And hype though, it's not like
oh no, I've actually sold some of these coins and yeah, it's not just hype. Remember back months, almost a year ago, I said, I bought these Dodge, and I actually, and at that time I called it Dogecoin. I even said it was Dogecoin.
It's Dogecoin.
I said it was Dogecoin back then. I said, I bought like a few $100 coins. And you're like, I bought some, but I got out because I didn't, the wait was too long. And I said, I agree with you. So I waited. I was like, it's just a few bucks. I'll just leave it there. Now all of a sudden that thing jumped up to $1 coin almost. It was 87 cents a coin.
87 cents. Oh my God. That's bird food.
Oh yeah, it is. It is bird food. But when you think of it this way, I bought it when it was less than a penny. So I've already made a good chunk of cash just from that little bump.
Okay. All right.
And it's going down now, and I did the smart thing. Before it started going down, before he even said it live or any of that mess, I sold the amount that I already spent to buy the coins. So I've already made my money back. Okay. And then some. So
yeah, but if you put, I'm telling you, man, be careful with that really cheap coin because I'm telling you, this is what happens, man. Just like how it's crap now, everybody they call it like when Elon Musk is going, like, what was he going to do? Like,
okay, but I mean,
okay. So let me ask you: before he went on, you heard the hype before he went on SNL. What were you expecting to happen?
Nothing. Honestly, because here's what happened. Because he's done it before. He didn't go on SNL before, but he said it before. And there's been a little bumps here and little bumps there. And then people say, oh yeah, 420 is gonna happen. There's gonna be a little bump. Yes, there's always little bumps. And that's for all the coins, not just for Doggy. And I'm calling it Doggy because apparently I got roasted on Twitter for calling it Dogecoin like you. So it's Doggy.
It is Dodge.
But
you gotta dodge it because financially ruin
But
you if you get hit by it.
all of them are volatile investments.
Right.
I mean, they're all volatile investments. Even Bitcoin at $65,000 a coin is still volatile, because right now, if you buy a Bitcoin at $65,000, tomorrow it can be worth 40 grand, and you've already lost $15,000. So
it's only lost if you sell. Only if you sell. You gotta have diamond hands.
So now you're saying, so now you're back to the whole the meme doggy coin, because like you said, it's only volatile unless you sell. And these people are holding these coins. People are buying coins left and right. And it's to
just,
me, it's the same thing. It's not like Bitcoin, but it's more like Ethereum, which is another Bitcoin.
That's what I got. I got Ethereum.
Yeah, I got Ethereum. That's what it's called. I've got that too. Actually, I sold some of my doggy coins to buy Ethereum coins. So, but all these coins start off with someone's head and say, hey, you know what? Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. And Bitcoin took not even a decade, and now it's worth $65,000 a coin.
Yeah.
Ethereum's came out, and when they came out, they were worth just less than a cent. Now they're worth 25 to 30. No, they range from $2,500 to $2,800 a coin right now.
It's at like $4,000 right now.
It's $4,000 now. So yeah, see, that's good for me, because I bought it when it was a little less than that. So these are all volatile things.
But the
big are ran by us,
right?
And we make it worth something.
But the Dogecoin is well, I mean, everybody has their own opinion, but it's kind of scary. It's scary to me because it's so cheap that like everybody can afford it. But that doesn't mean everybody knows what they're doing. That's why it's even more volatile, because all right, say if you go on Facebook, people are like, oh, you buying that Doge? And these people that have and I don't either. I don't know shit about finances or the stock market, but understand if something's that cheap and everybody buying into it, man, it must be some type of downfall or some type of catch.
So is Bitcoin. But so was Bitcoin at one point in time. Actually, so were all the coins at one point.
At one point, but Bitcoin was like the first of its kind. So nobody even knew what that was. But now everybody is like worried about that, like that FOMO of like trying to get something so cheap. Like we always have, and this is actually kind of plays into what I was thinking to say, but when you see all these like posts and memes and people saying, oh man, if you would have bought it 10 years ago at this or 20 years ago at that, like, yeah, of course, yeah. But who would have known that? And usually it's something that's the first of its kind. Like Apple, that was a game changer. Facebook, that's a game changer. Dogecoin is literally just another part of a bigger and bigger, the whole cryptocurrency world.
It's actually, that's true, but it's still one of the first, and that's what helps it. So
there's 1,000 different cryptocurrencies.
Yes, but the top ones were Ethereum, Bitcoin, Binance Coin, and there's Meme Coin that came out of nowhere. And this Meme Coin is now doing better than Binance Coin. This Meme Coin is doing better than actually,
is it?
All of last month it did better than Ethereum. This for the month, not all the time, but just for the month. So this Meme Coin it started off as a meme, but it's becoming, now that people are going to accept it, like Tesla's going to accept it for cash value.
Yeah, but it's still a joke. You know what I mean? Like,
it's
unless
only
you
a
have,
joke. It's only a joke until
what can you buy with one Dogecoin compared to? I mean, you can't buy a Tesla. I mean, unless you have literally a gazillion Dogecoins.
There's people that do. There's people who are already millionaires.
Exactly. So there's a small group of people though that hold a lot of the coins. You know what I mean?
No. There's so many. I mean, you got to think there's over 127 billion of these coins. So there's plenty of coins to go around. I myself, I won't say the amount I have, but I have somewhere around 1,000 coins myself that I didn't spend even $100 on. So
I know. I mean, it's a quick flip. Don't get me wrong, but it ain't nothing you keep.
They're all quick flips. But see, you're basing it. I think the thing is, I think you're comparing it to Bitcoin, and no, you can't compare any of these coins to the first one. You can only compare it to the ones that came after it. And when you compare it to Ethereum,
but isn't it
and Binance Coin, Doge's making the same incremental jumps like those other two did, and those other two are now worth thousands.
Yeah, but isn't it like a level of like security like that? Because I was reading somewhere that it was saying like, you know, some of these things can get like hacked into, or like they don't have like the tech or capabilities to like really control what's really going on. And the bigger coins that like the Ethereums and the Bitcoins, I think the bigger like the more coins there are, excuse me, not the more coins there are, the bigger they are. It isn't like the way the whole blockchain is set up supposed to make tighter security. I don't know. Like this is not like my area. That's what I'm saying. I'm just just talk. All I know is if something is that cheap that everybody can buy it, then you know a lot of people will panic sell because they don't know what they're doing. You know, if it costed $1,000 for a Dogecoin, then most people are like, wait a minute, let me do some research before I just start donating. But if it's less than a dollar, yeah, let me put in $100, but that shit adds up over time. Because then people are like, well, put in 500 because it, you know, it's all hype, man. All I say is don't put all your money into it. Play with it, make some money if you can.
I saw on here after Elon went on SNL. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I didn't actually watch the episode. Did you watch the episode?
No, I was working. But I heard it was dropping as he was talking. So
oh yeah, it dropped. And that's the thing. A guy, I don't know why this guy decided to wait, but he bought when the coin was like 60 something, 70 cents a coin. Mm-hmm. He spent like $2,000 or $3,000 on the coins. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the episode, he already lost like most of his money.
Yeah, I mean it's literally just gambling. It really is because there's no research, there's no like proven like, you know, like you said, it's still new for most people. So it's like, I don't know. Trust me, if you really want to make some money,
it's a get rich quick scheme, but so is all the rest. To me, all of them are not all stocks, but all the coins to me are just get rich quick schemes. That's just what it is. Because as long as you're, I'm not even gonna say smart enough, as long as you're aware enough to be an early adopter or an early buyer, then you can clean up. But if you're not,
but most people are not. Most people know when's the time to get in. Listen, if you got extra money, play with it, do what you will with it. But don't, you know, you got these people here putting their life savings in. Yeah, buy some tangible shit, you know.
Yeah, buy some stock, you know, if you're gonna buy a coin, buy a cheap coin and just put enough where you don't buy it with $20, because then you don't have to worry about it. Are you gonna think about $20 5 years from now? No. But what if that $20 is worth like 200,000?
See,
then you're gonna think about something.
But see, that's how people go broke, because everybody thinks like is thinking like that. Oh, if I just put 1,000 now and let it sit. No, man, people buying into it because they think it's gonna go. They want that quick. They think it's gonna go up 100,000% within the next week or so, and it's like, and that doesn't happen. And pause a little bit. Oh, I lost some money in that. Like, you know, I don't know. That's enough.
That's why you got. That's before you buy coins. I think you should buy stocks. That way you understand how it kind of works. How you're gonna lose money on a daily basis, and then all of a sudden, in a month, you make that loss back, but you still are under. It's a whole up and down game.
Yeah, I would hope,
unless you know how that game works, or have some kind of tangible idea of how it works, then you really shouldn't go near it, because it's gonna take your money.
I would hope that if you are looking to invest, whether that's in crypto or stocks, that you own stocks before you own crypto. You know, I hope that I would say this. I would hope that Dogecoin isn't your first, you know, your first buy into the market. Purchase. Like, oh god, I mean, I know
don't let that one be.
You gotta have a first, but like, I mean, I don't know. I'm laughing now. I could be fucking laughing, you know, frauded and crying 20 years from now when, you know, everybody
when
has
my 1,000 coins are worth like, you know.
Yeah.
Could you imagine my coin? Okay. Say I've got 400 coins, all right? And Bitcoin went up to $65,000 in about 5 years' time. Mm-hmm. Imagine if this coin doesn't do that good. Let's say it gets up just to $30,000 a coin. That's insane.
Yeah, but that's hope.
And that's the dream that people are buying into.
Yeah.
But the problem is you have people who are now online who I'm sorry for them, but I mean, you see that one person literally bought one day and was broke the very next day because all their money was gone.
Yeah. And then they blame the Dogecoin for it. It's like, no, blame your ignorance for thinking that was going to happen. Like you, like your whole life, you know how, you know, I won't say you know how investing works, but you know, like things take time and effort. You know, it's not flip of a switch. Yeah, if you win a lottery, but 99% of people don't. So
no, I know exactly right.
I'm hopeful for you, but I doubt that happened. And plus, my guy down the hall, cool guy, neighbor, well, one door over neighbor. He has
Does he call it Dogecoin or Doggy Coin?
I don't know, but he has the Shiba,
Shiba coin, the new one.
No, he has the dog. No, he has the dog.
Like, oh, he has a Shiba.
He's a Shiba, and I don't really like that dog. So you know, I'm not a big fan of Dogecoin for that particular reason. You know, I was like, I don't know, man. That dog is not really the dog. Is gonna stop. Yeah, it'd be like that. It's always like small things like that are coming way out of left field that make me do or not do something. So yeah, good luck Dogecoin. If it was Catcoin, it would have been different. Maybe I'd be all in on Catcoin. I don't know. But speaking of cats, you ever been to Houston?
I've lived in Houston for a little while. So yes, I've been to Houston.
Okay, well,
great place. It's a great place to visit. It's actually, you know, it's a fun place to live. You know, if you're disciplined enough for it. I am not. I will get in trouble every single time. Because it's a fun place to be.
Well, in Houston, you know, Deshaun Watson is not the only one getting in trouble. There was I'm sure you've seen this, but there was a guy who had a pet tiger.
Could you imagine though? Could you imagine
what?
That's what I'm saying.
Having a pet tiger? Hell no.
But what's his pet? It just says that he absconded with the tiger.
He's the handler.
It didn't say that was his pet. Oh, it wasn't because the article said and they used a big word. It said he absconded with the tiger.
Yeah,
it said murder suspect absconded with tiger in Houston.
That was kind of messed up though. I was reading a story and they said murder suspect out on bond. Like, yo, you didn't have to. Come on, we're talking about a tiger guy. You got to bring up his record. I'm not defending him. I mean, if he kills somebody, he should obviously be punished. Yeah. But like. This is about the tiger,
now we're talking about a tiger. Yeah.
Listen, it's tiger. Listen, there are tigers at all the zoos around America. Just like, wow, listen, really, this is about the tiger story. Y'all gonna flip it on the hip? Like, we want to hear what happened to one of our cousins. But yeah. He got I don't think it was a high-speed chase, but he's the tiger's handler. All right, and never saw a big ass Tony the Tiger animal in the yard. You know, like that's. And he has monkeys too, though, so he knows what he's doing.
So he's a murder suspect, right? And I gotta go there because it's right there, and you know it's right.
It happened. Yep.
Did he find out how to do it from Carol Baskins and killing her husband?
I think so. Because the tiger was in the yard, and it didn't look hungry. It looked fed. The tiger looked fed. Like
it did look fed.
It did look
fed. I'll give you that.
And this dude is you know, out on bond on a murder case. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, I hope what I'm thinking is not what happened, but it is a tiger.
It did have a big belly. Did you see that belly on that tiger? I mean, it was hanging down. It looked like it was pregnant.
Listen, Tiger King somewhere in prison right now, clapping his hands right now, like giving him the nod. Like, there you go.
I know. He's like, see, Carol did it. Carol did it, damn it.
Carol Baskins, you know, she's like
not damn Carol Baskins. She did it. She did this shit. I know she did.
Yeah. So like, you know, I don't know, man. Have you ever had any exotic pets?
So, yes, I have. I had a wolf before. As about as exotic as I got. I had a wolf. It was like, great. Her name was Angel. Her name was Angel. Okay. She was all white. Great.
Probably super aggressive.
Dog. No. Actually,
no,
not at all.
I already know it. Anytime you give them names, angel, heaven, God, saint, terrible.
She did run away, but no, she was very protective of the house. Mm-hmm. And I had I call it a little Toto dog, but you know, a little terrier. So Terrier and Angel, the wolf, they both like this section of my couch. It was a corner part of the couch against the wall, and before I had a terrier, obviously before I had Angel, so the terrier used to sit right there. That was her corner. That was her corner. But once I brought the wolf home, she was boss over the wolf for a while because the wolf was only, same size as her for about 3 months. And then it was the size of
what the hell do you feed a wolf? Little wolves?
Raw meat.
Raw, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that because me and the wolf, because I need my protein, so we'd be in the kitchen just
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was great, but I wish I still had her. Not necessarily here in Florida because I don't know how. I mean, it's just too hot.
Where's she at?
It was in South Carolina.
Still alive?
She ran away. She had an incident at my house.
You mean to tell me the wolf ran away?
Yeah, I had an incident in my house. I mean, it's after some time, but I had an incident in my house, and someone busted my door, and Angel did not like that, so she grabbed at the person who busted my door. The person ran out, and as the person was running by the front window, which she could see, she jumped through the window after the person.
Like broke the glass, jumped through the window?
Oh yeah, broke the glass, and never saw her again since. So that was unfortunate. But yeah,
hopefully she found like her wolf family. Because they're pack animals, so I'm sure they just probably still looking.
I'm sure she ran into it. I mean, she's female. She wasn't fit, so I mean, I'm hopeful. Especially that was foothills, Appalachian Mountains.
Oh yeah,
wolf country.
She'd be straight.
So yeah. But that's one thing in my neighborhood, though, growing up, for a while there was a rumor that we had that someone in our neighborhood, this guy had this big area of property and behind us had lions and tigers, and I didn't believe it. Okay,
so you saw it.
I didn't believe it, and then I believed it, and then I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it because I didn't hear anything.
Then you changed your mind.
And I considered myself at that age of 11, 12 to be an expert in all things big cats, and I didn't hear a roar, so I was like, no, this isn't real. This is fake. They don't have it.
Only lions.
And then I got a little older and I was riding my bikes around that little area, and I started hearing the roaring. And it's unmistakable. It's an unmistakable roar. There's nothing else that can fake that.
So we in South Carolina and you hearing lions roar.
Yeah, in my neighborhood. In my neighborhood now. So not far from my house. When I say not far from my house, I mean like you've been to my house, my current house. So say from me to the beginning of the sign, there was the sign that leads into my neighborhood is. So maybe half a mile. No, not even that much.
So you heard a lion roar half a mile. Half a mile.
Oh no. When I heard it roar, I was near the guy's house. I was like right there at his house. Okay. He lives in the woods, and I was riding the trails around his house area. He bought a big area of land back there. But as soon as I heard the lions roar, I was like, oh, okay, he's got some. And I thought I saw some because I peeked in,
This is not a drill.
But you don't want to get too close because you don't know.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the same city as a lion.
I mean,
if there's a wild listen, if there was a wild animal from Lowry Park Zoo out in the loose in Tampa, like you immediately would get notified either by the TV or like the local authorities would be, they send out like Amber Alert, like, hey, it's a tiger somewhere within a 20-mile radius. I'm like, oh shit, time to go.
Got shut my door. And you lucky you live up on like the 3rd or 4th floor. Click.
I'm headed straight to the airport. So as soon as I see the text, like, oh, okay, well, let me know when it's done. I'm gonna take a vacay real quick.
Yeah. But I did, and then I didn't believe it for a little while because I grew up and I didn't hear it on that. Well, come to find out, my brother was actually friends with one of his kids. So my brother had actually been in the house and around the lions and all that. And
what?
I was like,
is this a real story?
Sure? He's like, yeah. Oh no, it's real. You can look the house up on Google Maps and you can actually see the tiger cages now. It's a funny thing.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's a funny thing. I'll after the show I'll show you where to look. It was a little unnerving too, to be quite honest, because you're thinking if that tiger, because a few rumors did come out that one of his tigers got loose, one of his lions got loose. So that thing got loose, and I was a kid, always in the woods because it was the South, and there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, but how do you even have that conversation with like your neighbors? Like, hey, Jim, just let you know, no need to panic, but one of my lions, I don't have no idea where it's at. It got loose. Oh, you don't. So, keep your children inside for the next. Who knows? I don't know.
But see, you don't have those conversations because South Carolina back then was just that loose. I mean, my best friend growing up, well, when I was a kid, he passed away. He had a pet. These are both cubs, by the way. They didn't get full grown, but he had a pet leopard and a pet tiger cub. Mm-hmm. So, and I saw that I saw on 2 eyes and actually pet one of them. So, and got scratched by it.
I've seen it.
So,
I've seen
it. So, and got scratched by it. So I was like, South Carolina's a wild place. You got a little bit of, not even a lot, just a little bit of money.
Never go to South Carolina.
You can do whatever you want to.
That honestly, that's one of my worst fears. I get a layover in like South Carolina or something. In American Airlines.
Have I scared you away from South Carolina?
I mean, not yet, because I don't really know where it's at on the map. So technically, I could accidentally bump into it. It's like, where we at? South Carolina. Like, oh shit! Watch out for lions and tigers.
Well, yeah, watch out for racists, lions, and tigers. That's all. That's South Carolina.
Yeah, that is a terrible trio to be on the lookout for. But
yeah, you know that tiger. Here's the thing: the tiger is still loose.
Is it? Nah, no, I think they got it. I think
no. I just read about it like right before we got on the show. It is still loose as of
and then like all the
minutes ago.
All the animal activists always like, no, don't hurt the tiger. I'm like, I don't want to hurt the tiger. It's just I don't think the tiger knows that I don't want to hurt the tiger. It probably sees me as a threat, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pull a pistol out. Close your eyes, turn it away. But yeah, in other news, hopefully they catch that tiger. So this is not really new news.
Well, hold on. Just want to kind of keep along with the theme since we're talking about cats right now. Let's go ahead and talk about some other cats, some Florida cats.
Florida cats.
Have you heard about the Florida Jaguars, the Jacksonville Jaguars? Have you heard what they done?
Yeah, the leopards. I said the leopards, the Jaguars. I don't know, a picture of a leopard just popped in my head, but yeah, they've done some. They're going back in time, aren't they?
They are going back in time after signing the #1 QB in all the country. Trevor Lawrence from my favorite team, Buff Clemson, and then getting his running back in Travis Etienne. Mm-hmm. They decide, hey, let's go back 8 years in time and sign Tim Tebow to play football.
Wow, yeah, I saw that. Why? Did he get better somehow?
It gets even worse.
Playing football?
Oh no, the story gets even worse. So, as we all know, Tim Tebow left after he played Denver. He left football. Mm-hmm. My light's going to fall on me again. He left. It's going to fall. He left football. He left football because he. Well, no one else picked him back up, and then he tried baseball.
He didn't leave football. Football left him.
I don't think he sucked. To me, I thought he was a good. I thought he was a good.
I mean, he's obviously
field quarterback
compared to average Joe's. Yeah, he's. He sucked as far as NFL standards. He didn't suck. He just wasn't as good enough at his position to still play that position in the NFL.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I have got to disagree because after him, we had Jay Cutler, and Jay Cutler sucked.
Yeah, but see, you're being biased because you're a Denver fan. So he threw one touchdown.
So how's that being biased when I'm watching him?
Because his stats were. All right, continue. Just go ahead.
Anyway, he has a playoff win, but he left. He didn't get picked up. He left football. Went to the Anchor desk. He went to the sports desk. Did that for a little bit. Baseball. He tried out for baseball. Didn't get picked up. He did get picked up for baseball, but not to the.
Yeah, he played like the AAA, right, or something like
that. Right. Left baseball. Has been kind of just being a social guy for a while. And then Urban Meyer decides to get into the pro football aspect of football and recruits him. Here's where it gets better. To recruit to train Tim Tebow to the position that Urban Meyer wants him to play, he gave him film on Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, that must have been weird.
Oh no, it gets even weirder. Tim Tebow actually idolizes Aaron Hernandez's play, and
I can
somewhat as somewhat as a person. And this was Tim Tebow's own words, not mine. Mm-hmm. Aaron Hernandez did not kill those people. CTE killed those people. So
yeah, well, yeah,
you
that makes
can't.
sense.
No, okay, because he started before he started playing football.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the you can't blame an action that took place before the actual other actions taking place.
Yeah, but
Before
wasn't
he
he
was
like gang affiliated way back when he was playing for Florida?
exactly as I'm saying, he was gang affiliated. He was in a gang. He was in Bloods.
Mm-hmm.
This was not a CTE killed you type of person. This was a person who had violent tendencies. And
Yeah,
I'm a person who has a temper. This person who has a temper, who acted on his own, and to sit there and just to wipe away what those victims went through and say,
right.
well, it wasn't him that killed him; it was CTE.
Oh, you
Come
mean like
on,
killed Aaron Hernandez or killed his victims?
killed his
Or
victims.
oh well, yeah, it was definitely him. That was just fueled by I mean, even if he didn't have CTE, he probably still would have killed him. I don't. I mean, I don't have
Yeah,
no
I mean, it
idea.
was fueled by jealousy and quick temper. So that's not all CTE's fault. I'm sorry, I get it, but to say you idolize a person
Mhm.
right now, several years after he's hung himself and then being convicted of a murder and was the prime suspect in two other murders. This is not a person who you really idolize. So I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird
But I think
that
he's
Urban
like,
Meyer gave him that film. It's weird that Tim Tebow was actually, you know, before even any of this happened. I guess Tim Tebow and him were friends.
uh-huh.
It's a weird situation. But 8 years after you played football, now you got recruited back by
Urban Myers,
Jacksonville.
man, that's his stepdad, pretty much. I
Yeah,
mean, if he could,
yeah, that's
if he
true.
could
That's
still, if
true.
I mean, at the end of the day, Tim Tebow's still an athlete, and I'm sure, and he's only 33, and and I mean, I know the NFL that's
Okay, he's in
old, but he hasn't
33
played
going
in eight
against
years.
this 33 going up against 23, 24-year olds in the same, or actually even less. I'm sorry, 21, 22-year olds
Right,
in the same position.
right.
Same. I mean, you're talking
But think of
speed
Brady.
versus age.
Brady 40 something. He's still doing his
That's
thing.
a quarterback. That's a quarterback. That's not a tight end.
That's true, but
I
Tim
mean,
Tebow can also like. It's not like he's going like. I mean, I don't know if he'll start or not, but maybe he just knows the offense better, man. I'm telling you, like, no matter how athletically gifted. I mean, to be in the NFL, you gotta at least have some talent. You gotta, be an athlete at the minimum. But like, you also gotta be a smart player too. You gotta know what you're doing out there. There's been plenty of players we've seen who've been like freaks of nature, fast, can jump, run, all this crap, but don't know the playbook. Can't run the right
yeah.
route. Can't doesn't have situational. What I mean, it's not really aware. I mean, Tim Tebow might just be like a motivation move. You know, bring in Tim Tebow. Oh yeah,
How's that a motivation
because
for
he's
anyone on that team? That
I
the team's not looking at him for
yeah,
motivation.
but Tim
These are
Tebow,
kids who have been looking at people who came after Tim Tebow and
very
idolizing
true.
them as far as playing football.
But you also have
They're not
Urban
worried about Tim
Myers.
Tebow.
You got Urban Myers who has you know dominated college when he
Urban
was
Meyer
playing.
is the motivational hire, not Tim Tebow.
Right, but it helps though because you have a brand new quarterback and Tim Tebow, regardless of his talent, is still like, he's a classy, very respectable, can't do no wrong type of figure as far as football. I mean, I don't know what he does in his off time, but to bring that for what's the kid's name from Clemson, Trevor Lawrence. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what you want. You got a veteran that the coach can trust because he's already coached him in college. You got, he already has a good reputation, media or yeah, I guess you can say like, media wise. I mean, he's playing a position to where he doesn't, he can show us what he got. Nobody's seen Tim Tebow play a tight end, but it's exciting. And excitement brings more fans to game. It brings more money in. It brings, potential for other big time players to come in, just like
but
how
this,
Brady came to Tampa,
but
right? And
but this
everybody
was
else
this
came.
but Brady didn't take a 8 years off of football.
Oh, it doesn't matter, man.
Brady,
It's the
oh,
name.
it
It's all
matters.
the
It
name.
matters.
It's all the name. If
Oh,
I said,
okay. I'm not gonna pay you millions of dollars just for your name, especially if you haven't played football in 8 years. You've got
yeah,
Colin Kaepernick. You've got uh, what's his name? The guy out of Dallas. What's his freaking name right now? can't remember his name right now. But anyway, there's so many other players who are who are out of football after Tim Tebow who are much better players than Tim Tebow. And this is someone who likes Tim Tebow. I like him as a player.
But you also got Urban Myers though. That's the thing. That's what you're forgetting. Like Urban Myers coached Tim Tebow. He was the best thing that Urban Myers coached. So it's like, imagine being a head coach. You got a brand new player. You're on a brand new team. You got number one quarterback drafted into the NFL. Like, I bring in a guy I trust and coach throughout his college career, and pretty much, gave him all the tools to become the young man or old man, whatever he is today. Like, that's like a second coach for you. That's like a trust. So then that way, when you're not coaching Trevor Lawrence, you got Tim Tebow. It doesn't matter what position Tim Tebow plays. He's like a second voice for you that can help out the kid. And I'm telling you, it's the environment that he's bringing around his Trevor Lawrence that's going to help them win.
I don't see it come to fruition. Just knowing Jacksonville's history, knowing Urban Meyer's history, especially what he did in Ohio, knowing the way Trevor Lawrence plays and who he looks up to as far as when it comes to football, I don't see that name bringing the motivation and the hype that Urban thinks is going to. It's going to bring some. Right. I mean, of course, it's already. I mean,
but you got to also do that thing. Like, it's the Jaguars. It's not like we're talking about like, the Packers who got a playoff contender team with established record. We're not talking about the Pittsburgh who got the record. We're talking about a team literally that's been on the doorstep of the NFL forever since they pretty much started. So what's the worst that can happen? They suck, which they already sucked before. So the upside is way higher. Tim Tebow was probably super cheap to pay.
No, he's getting some millions
or wherever the league minimum is, but like it might just be a publicity thing, just to bring some hype, and then it'll be like a Florida rivalry.
For more than a year, it's not publicity. I don't know how long he's signing for.
So he hasn't even signed.
If he signs for more than a year, it's not publicity. But if he does sign for just a year, then I'll agree with you. It's just a publicity stunt.
It's hype, man.
And they do, and that's what Jacksonville needs. Jacksonville needs publicity stunts because the team is not generating.
Yeah, they lost. I mean, they had Leonard Fournette. They lost a lot of good picks to other teams.
Yeah, I mean, they did. So a lot.
We'll see. I mean, I'm rooting for. I mean, I don't have anything against him, Tebow. Man, I think he's a great player, and I think he fucking dominated when he played in Florida. But the NFL, I mean, like, he's just another guy.
That's what I'm saying. It's me. I don't have anything against him. As a matter of fact, I actually like Tim Tebow. I don't have a problem with him at all. I just don't like you literally picking over all these other players that have played, that haven't got picked up since Tim Tebow, who by stats wise is, using your words, much better than Tim Tebow. And this is the one you pick.
But it's just the relationship that they have, and we all know who. Okay, if they picked up some random dude,
let's use the relationship they have. Urban Meyer's coached quite a few people up to pro level. Do you really think Tim Tebow is the highest player not playing that he has coached that he could have gotten in?
Not the highest, probably the most popular player though. Name a more popular player that went to Florida during Urban Meyer's era than Tim Tebow. Nobody. Percy Harvin, he didn't do nothing.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton went to Auburn.
But he went to Auburn, but he left. He started at Florida though.
See, I didn't even know that. You see what I'm saying? I didn't even know that. Tim Tebow is that guy. Like you could go to Japan right now and be like, Tim Tebow, they'd be like, oh, the Gators. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Actually, I didn't mean to do that. I wasn't trying to mock in Asian. It's way too much Call of Duty, and racism on Call of Duty is getting in my head. You do that. I'm sorry. Especially as a black man. I got to deal with no shit as is. Shouldn't be making fun of the culture. So my bad. I was trying to imitate what I thought that conversation would have went like. I mean, hell, my dad. Anyways, so congrats to Tim Tebow. Hopefully he gets signed by the Jaguars and shows out. Switching things to something else besides Mr. Tebow.
Besides your bad Asian accent.
Yeah, my terrible Asian accent. Oh my God. There goes all my. I'm kidding. Big news, small news, big money. Well, I'll say this: big money, small news.
Did you really go big small after talking about Asians? Did you really go big small after talking about
No,
Asians?
no, I meant like big
You
money.
just said
Small,
big small after talking about Asians.
small news.
What?
Bill Gates is getting divorced. Yeah, I said it. I don't know if he's getting divorced, but
oh, he's getting divorced. He's getting divorced.
I don't know who broke up with who.
It's gonna be an expensive divorce too. This is gonna be a very expensive divorce. Oh yeah, but see, they did it smart. Melinda Gates is smarter than Jeff Bezos' wife. Now, I'm not going to say Jeff Bezos' wife is dumb by any means. I'm not saying that by any means. What I'm saying is she's smart because, well, they're smart together. Because even though they're getting divorced, they realize they're both are going to be still multi-billionaires who can't be touched by a regular everyday man.
Yeah, but I don't think
so. What they did was they transferred a huge amount of property to just her name and filed for divorce after this whole Jeffrey Epstein thing came out. Okay. So they could still be in a relationship. Hell, they wouldn't even have, they still be married and not even see. They have no houses. I mean, well, they even have to see each other if they don't want to. They're getting divorced for. This is a conspiracy. This is an opinion, but they're getting divorced just because they can pass that property on to their kids without being attacked legally from other entities, especially anyone has to do with Jeffrey Epstein or any of those, or anyone that wants to do Microsoft. Now that the stuff is in just her name, it has nothing to do with Bill. So Bill's name is, he can get trash, he can get whatever, but they'll still keep their money and the property, especially their kids. I'm not gonna say they will; their kids will, and she will. Bill's gonna be fine. I mean, you don't go from $67 billion to nothing. So
you just make all this stuff up. Did you just make all this up now? This theory?
Nope. It's actually a pretty well known theory. I wish I could take credit for being mine. It's not mine.
All right.
Unfortunately.
So Bill and Melinda Gates apparently are not getting divorced. It's just one big.
They're getting divorced.
Smoke.
No, they are getting divorced. What I'm saying is,
but not because of love.
But yeah, but not because of love.
No, they still love each other
and legal.
They still love each other.
27 years. 27 years. He made her into a billionaire, and he didn't cheat on her. So it states and this is all hearsay, whatever. This crap people spit online because they don't really know. But they say that she started looking for divorce attorneys in 2019 after the story that the New York Times broke about Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Gates hanging out together and going to his island and things of that nature. They said that's when she started looking for divorce lawyers.
Where's his island at, by the way? Where's Jeffrey Epstein? He has that island?
Somewhere in the Caribbean.
Nice.
Yeah. It's not his anymore, but yeah, it was. It looked nice anyway.
So she's been feeling the type of way for a while now, basically.
Okay. Seems like, and it seems like instead of just saying I'm done, she said, "Look, I'm gonna be done with being married to you. I'm not done with you, but I'm done with this marriage because I want kids to have what we worked hard for. So we need to end this because it doesn't take 2 years almost to say, I'm done, and then to come out with it. She could have came out. She could have literally left, like Jeff Bezos' wife did, like months later.
Yeah, he got divorced too.
Done. Yeah, Jeff Bezos' wife. She didn't wait. She was like, "Oh, you cheating on me? Peace."
It's the billionaire boy club for real. Like, oh man.
Oh yeah, it really is. It really
yeah. Why does that happen? I mean, like you said, maybe you're right. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's odd to. I mean, I guess money can't buy. Well, it can. It can.
Yeah, but, it can never buy happiness. I mean, it can buy stability. It can buy your kids' futures. So it can definitely buy happiness. I'm not gonna. So say money can't buy happiness. I'm sorry. I don't believe that.
Get rich off that doggy coin. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn,
man. Well, that's I mean, I guess I don't know if that's bad news or good. I mean, I don't know how that news doesn't really affect me.
But how do you feel when it comes to billionaires? To billionaires' lives, basically, because before the billionaires of India and China and even here, they got like Bernie Madoff. We didn't know anything about Bernie Madoff until he got caught with a Ponzi scheme. But he was a billionaire for years.
Very true.
Bill Gates. We didn't know anything about Bill Gates as he on Microsoft. He lives in Seattle. We don't know anything about his personal life. Oh, well, and that he and Melinda was married. You didn't know how many kids he had. You didn't know a lot of these
Well, you should.
personal
I don't think
things
that
about
information
them.
should be like available to the public. Like
But it's now
I'd be
coming out.
pissed.
But it's now we're starting to make billionaires into celebrities, and that's going to
I mean,
become
they
an
kind
issue.
of are. I mean, they're just kind of celebrity by default. You know,
No, they're
just
not. How many billionaires names do you really know if you think about it?
do I really
Don't
know?
say, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is probably
I
some Saudi
mean,
princes out there.
okay, but you don't know my name, right? I'm talking about by name that you really can know.
Oh, by name? Well, Warren Buffett, right? He's a billionaire. Uh,
Buffett,
Bill Gates and his wife,
yeah,
Jeff Bezos.
yeah.
Uh, um, the Mark, what's his
Come
face?
on, there's one
Zuckerberg.
big one.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mark
Zuckerberg,
Zuckerberg. You got Michael Jordan. You got Oprah
yeah. Oh,
Winfrey.
yeah, he just became one. Yeah, yeah.
You
Go for it.
got
You're at 6 right now.
my seven. You got the
No,
dude, the
6.
telecom dude. I forgot his name. You got
Okay, so that count. You don't get those things.
I don't because he's not well, Americans only listen to
That's what I'm
American
saying.
billionaires. Like I don't care about other people.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm
you
saying,
got
yeah.
you got probably at least 10 Russian, you know,
But
mobsters.
by name, you
Putin.
didn't know these people beforehand. But now
No.
after Elon Musk and is come on Twitter and he's doing what he's doing
Elon
on
Musk.
Twitter,
He on there.
yeah. Now with him doing what he's doing, the Forbes list, instead of just being just a list that people just kind of glance at once, you say, oh, look how people rich. Yeah, Kanye. But now you look at the Forbes list and go, oh, these people are not just rich, but they're popular. For doing what? For stabbing people in the back to get as rich as possible?
Well, Bill Gates, I mean, he's the founder of Microsoft. Too.
Like he still stab people in the back too. Though.
Well, yeah. I mean, why not? I don't think literally, but like
oh no, not literally, but I mean, you don't become like a billionaire, and you can be the nicest person in the world, but you do not become a billionaire without stabbing someone in the back. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make some tough decisions. You're gonna have to make some. I would think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a. See, it's always easy to say like, yeah, you got to do that when I've never done that or never been a billionaire. Like True, I don't know.
But if you read about how a lot of these men, and it's mostly men, gain their standard, their standing, you know, how they gain their fortune. A lot of them they screwed out their partners or their business partners because they
but
all themselves.
How do you know that? That could be somebody just slandering them in an article.
Because it's their own autobiography book.
I don't know. I think a lot of it is like,
I mean, even
exaggerated a little bit.
Tim Cook, the guy from
the Apple guy.
Yeah, not Tim Cook, but
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs hopefully admitted, you know, that he stabbed people in the back to get.
Yeah, but he was like an obvious asshole. Like but I mean, it's his company. I mean, you can never be like mad at someone for making the decisions what's best for them and their, you know, whatever.
If it screws out other people of their livelihood, yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Because everyone deserves to earn their livelihood, especially if they helped you get to where you are. And then
I don't think he screwed people that's helped him. I'm sure he's probably like been in positions to where it's like, I'm talking
about business partners
who
were with you from the day one to help you get where you're going. Then all of a sudden they get a certain contract, and contract says, okay, well, you can't have this person in your company.
Yeah, but remember, the day ones don't necessarily mean they're gonna be the day hundreds. You know, like what if? All right, so what if you built a company, somebody or your day one, whatever, that helped you out, and you know they support you 100%, and then got to a point in the company where they now have different visions, or like maybe you know they're maxed out as far as that help. But you're gonna max out a branch for a friend?
That's how you lose money. Because it's not a friend. This isn't a friend. This is someone who literally helped you work to where you were. This isn't a friendship. I'm telling you, this is you just said a business relationship. This person was a day one who helped you get to Z. And now you have different visions, but he still helped you with his time, money, and power to get to get you both to where you are. So how can you?
I'd give him a nice little like severance. I give him a severance pay. It's like, here you go. You write a check and you know, here's your payout. Or if you want,
the person owns half the company at this point.
Unless they own half of the company, have 50% say and stake, then yeah, I mean it's 50-50. But if it's like someone just helped you, but it's not really
how
like
often do startups, even now, but I'm gonna say back then, but even now, how often do startups sign a paper saying we're 50-50 until it's at stake? It's, oh, I got an idea, you got an idea, Let's do this together. No one's signing a piece of paper. And then all of a sudden you get to a point, the lawyers become involved, and now it's too late to make other moves to protect yourself. So now one person may hold all the cards, or maybe not even hold the cards. He just moved a little faster than you did to get a lawyer to get you out of the company. I mean, these are the deals I'm talking about that have people use to become billionaires. Let's talk about Oprah.
I mean, but like Oprah. That's just like saying Oprah like pushed out an employee working for you for 20 years deserves to, get 50% of the company.
I'm not talking about an employee. I'm talking about someone who's literally working their ass off for you. Who literally, you said, I can't do this without you. And so they are handling.
That's what I said.
they are handling your.
Do they bring value to the company?
Everything.
Would the company be losing money if they weren't there anymore?
At the beginning, yes. Now you're 10 years in, and now you won't notice the losses. But at the beginning, without him, the company may not even made it. It was a 50-50 at that point. So that's what I'm saying.
I think like any business decision, I mean, you gotta you gotta protect numero uno. You gotta protect yourself, right? And if you're starting a company with somebody, and you guys have two different visions, like nobody deserves anything. I mean, you gotta earn it. And like, if I was with a company or that same scenario,
but these people earned it though. How did they not earn it if they helped you get where you're going?
I would have saw that coming. You got to see that coming, and it's not. And it depends.
You got to.
No, I'm saying, but it depends on. It depends on the relationship. It depends on what you guys agree to. If one person is holding the other person back from the company expanding, then you got to get rid of that person, or else you're just going to be forever stuck at that same level, or it goes bankrupt. One of the two.
But see, you're putting blame on the second person when there's no blame on the person.
It's not their fault.
You're saying that this person is holding you back. This person didn't hold you back. This person helped you get where you're going. The only reason why you wanted this person out is so you can have more money for yourself. That's it. Not because they did anything wrong or took money from you.
I don't think it's about the money, the personal
money.
It's
always about the money. It's always because it's about that. It's about the amount of shares you hold in the company. So it's always about the money.
I think if your company is that big, to where like that's the issue, then I feel like legally both of you guys would have like plenty contracts protecting one from the other and vice versa. If it's just like, that's why you don't do like a handshake contract. I mean, like, I'll be honest, man, like, when you're doing business,
you're taking a business that's already a multi-billion-dollar business. Businesses have to start somewhere. And these people don't make these agreements between friends or coworkers or whatever aren't made on a piece of paper saying, okay, at 10 years, if we haven't hit this point, then I get your share, you get my share. These aren't those deals. These are saying, hey, I have an idea. You have the know-how. Let's put it together and make something out of this. That's how it comes.
But the thing is, as pretty as that sounds,
that's how Microsoft came. That's how
but it can only be one CEO, if that makes sense, right?
That's not true. That is not true. There has been.
We'll just say it could only be typically one person representing the company. Like, there has to be the president. It's not two presidents, it's one president. It has to be. This is usually one boss, not two founders. Bosses. You get what I'm trying to say. So basically,
I do, but you're not getting what I'm trying to say.
All I'm saying is, you can't assume that just because the company's successful that someone had to get cut off or there was bad blood. I mean, that's just the nature of the business, though. Like, anybody that starts a business understands that. It's not, they can't please. You're not gonna be able to please everybody. You're gonna have to fire people you don't want to fire. You're gonna have to pay for things you don't want to pay for. You're gonna have to eat costs you don't want to eat, and to grow, you're gonna have to make sacrifices. Like, there's no company out there that literally just, went 20 for 20 on everything they did.
No, but there's companies out there who kept their people who helped them get to a certain point with them, and those are very successful companies. Now, are those Bill Gates companies? No, but those are still successful companies.
So to get up there, you got to make harder and harder sacrifices.
Okay, but you got to think about it though. Bill Gates, these are guys who got kind of a,
they were smart
push to do with it, but they didn't do it by themselves.
Oh, nobody does it by themselves, but he doesn't have to pay out everybody who's ever gave him advice.
No, I'm not saying advice. I'm saying literally put the work in with Bill Gates working on computers at the same time. Like the ideas that he had from Microsoft were not just his; these were his and another guy's ideas, put in together, worked on together by both of them. And then once Windows 98 came around, he literally bought out the other guy's part of the company, and
So what's
did
wrong
not
with
give
that?
him the other. Well, because the valuation, he devalued the company at that point. When Windows 98 came out, the company was worth a whole lot less than it was worth the years prior or the years after. He devalued the company and paid the guy. He's still, I mean, the guy's still rich, but
Yeah.
compared to what he should have been paid, peanuts.
But the funny thing is, so say if he paid out the other guy, right, and the guy's salty about it, and he thinks that he's worth more than that, then why won't he just go start his own company with the knowledge that he had to help start a company?
NDAs, yeah, all kind of binding contracts and NDAs that won't let you do
So he
that.
can sign a binding contract, but can't have a contract to where like he can get as much as money as that that would
because
be an appropriate amount.
Because that's already too late. You can.
I don't know. It just sounds like Bill was a little bit smarter than the other guy. And the other guy's kind of upset at the success that where Microsoft is at now. That's what it kind of sounds like.
But see,
because if you're smart enough to build a tech company like that,
it sounds
you should
like
be able to know
you're
that.
saying the guy just so you don't have anyone loyal to you, you're not loyal back to them. Is what
I'm
you're
loyal
saying.
to them, but like I'm also loyal to the main cause why we started in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you had a vision to build a company, and so also had a vision of building a company, and then eventually you guys built together, but then one person was more A and the other guy was more just think of a B company. You get what I mean? Like it's hard. It's really hard to keep moving up with more than one person. Like the higher you are, the more lonely you are. You see why they all getting divorced and stuff like that, because it's hard to share that same vision as things.
They're getting divorced
expand.
because Jeff Bezos cheated on his wife, and the other one decided she didn't want to be.
I'm just saying,
it's different. It's different. No, I hear what you're saying, but what I'm trying to get into your head is you have to be loyal to people, and people who don't
why
feel that you
because
if people don't feel that you're loyal, they're not going to want to do business with you. Like if I had known the stuff about Bill Gates back then and Apple, I probably would have went more for an Apple side of things than PC side of things. People like loyalty within companies that they buy into.
So do you think if Bill Gates, so it's better to be loyal to the other guy? You think if Bill Gates would have just told him, "Hey man, this doesn't work. Like you're slacking on the vision. I got some new guys I want to bring in."
See, you're making the guy who helped him into the bad guy here.
I'm not trying to make him a bad guy, but I'm not gonna feel sorry for someone who didn't see that coming.
But how will you see it coming when you're literally working
that's like
to make
saying,
the company as big as possible?
Yeah, but that's what employees do. They do the same thing. They work.
He wasn't an employee.
But it's the same. It's the same concept, though, right?
No, it's not. When you're a partner, you're not an employee of the person. When you're partners, you both have 50-50 say so in the way things are ran. And when one party decides, you know what, this is the way things are ran, but I want to run things my way now instead of this way, even though he helped me become a multimillionaire, I want to do it my way.
So you're saying the one person can't do it his way because he was working with someone else?
You let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish. All right. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to keep the company. I'm going to keep doing things the way I want to do it. And he may help me get here, but so what?
What do you mean, so what? Like,
that's literally,
if it's 50-50 barter, so you can't fire him.
If there's no paperwork to say that, then it goes to lawyers. And when it goes to lawyers, when it goes to mediation, that's when NDA is saying you can't start another company or you can't go to X company. Or that's when buyouts happen that stop you from being a bigger person in your own right.
So why would the other person agree to a buyout then if they own 50%? Don't they have 50%? Say it doesn't make sense. You see what I'm saying? Like, who signs it?
They don't own at that point. You're both okay. So you're both co-owners of this company. All right. So every profit that comes in goes to both of you equally. So when you go to take this person to court to keep your half of the company that this person obviously doesn't want you to be in anymore, what do? Because the guy doesn't want you to be in the company anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Your funds are wrapped up in the company that you both run together.
Mm-hmm.
This person has already ran and decided, okay, I want to make the company in my vision. Screw the other guy. There's nothing in pay. There's nothing written down. Nothing.
Well,
It's
then
just
you
both people
draw it
have
out
the
as
vision.
long as you can. I mean, either you're spiteful and you push it as far as you can, as far as courts where neither one of you can do anything. I mean, I don't think the whole
when you work on that kind of money, there's not going to be a time period where neither one can do anything.
yeah, but you're not like
and you're
there's
not
no
going to
gun
shoot
here.
yourself in the foot.
There's no
You're not going to make yourself go poor just to make the other person go poor. You want your fair shake at
yeah, but
what
okay.
you put
So
into it.
but let me ask you this though. So you guys are partners, like clearly it's not working. You see what I'm saying? How like there is always going to be one
Yeah.
person. Yeah. So if you guys can't work on a deal, then you feel I mean you don't do
Then
anything.
do it fairly. Don't screw the person out of what they're owed, is what I'm saying. Bill Gates screwed the person out of
Well,
what he
I
was
don't know.
owed.
I feel like the person accepting the buyout screw themselves.
How do you
You can't blame
not
Bill
accept?
Gates. You can't blame Bill Gates for offering a buyout and then say and blame the other guy for having no one put a gun and said, "Hey, you have to take this buyout money or else what?"
Yeah,
I mean,
there is. It
that's a
is
judge,
done to you.
but
It's
a
either
judge
you take
decides
this
that.
money or you get nothing.
A judge decides that. That's not like up to Bill Gates. That's what you have
It
lawyers
doesn't.
for.
Okay, yeah, a judge does decide that, but when you work in a corporate world, as far as corporate law, it's not that easy. When you have a person who's the face of the company, he's going to get the larger chunk of the company.
Uh-huh.
Even if you both went 50-50 on it, if there's nothing written down,
Yeah,
the
if there's
person
nothing
who's the
written
face of it is
down.
going to get the larger chunk.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that, man. Because if it's nothing written down, then legally both of you own it, or like there has to be something. You can't start a business without like ownership. You get what I mean? Like it can't just be like a handshake and then like tax purposes is if on their corporate tax report it says Bill Gates and not the other guy, then it's Bill Gates' company. And if it's both of theirs, then it would say other guy and Bill Gates, both own this company.
Yeah, at that point, it will become that. But until that point, when it's just you guys working in a garage, there's no company. It's just you guys working in the garage to come up with an idea. Now you came up with the idea, you came up with a computer program. You came up with a computer program. It's not something that you can, it's not an actual company yet. It's just a computer program. But you do not have to shop around.
Yeah, but you gotta have a patent. You also have to get a patent for it too, meaning you own this type of, you own the specs to this software.
Oh, and somebody's name has on they both are on the patent. There's several people's names on the patent. That's not the case. The patent is just the patent. It's the after part of the patent, because the patent is just your core.
Microsoft. That means nobody can copy it, and
exactly. So you all worked on this one patent. Now you can't take your stuff that you worked on. You can't take your product that you worked on anywhere else. That's there you go. So you worked on this. So you spent 20 years, 30 years of your life working on this one thing to get pushed out, and you can't go anywhere else.
I don't know. I feel like that's just like, as much as it may seem like Bill Gates is the bad guy, like that's just.
I'm not saying
you the other guy. Like
okay.
You why
I'm not saying
you have a groundbreaking product and you don't protect yourself. That's like not having insurance and then blaming the cause of the accident.
It's true. No, all what you've said is true. These things happen just that way.
Yeah.
And people are not smart, and people are in a mindset of thinking, oh, I got to do X, Y, and Z without thinking of taking care of A first. And that's where you are. That's what the situation you are, where you don't have equal access to what you've developed, what you've done, is because you're focused on just one other thing. You're not focused on the legal part of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's ignorance. That's, hey, what do they say? Ignorance of the law is not an excuse, as every judge says, right? Just because you don't know. And I mean, it's business, man. Like, it's just, I don't know. I can never feel sorry for business decisions, like, hey, we worked on this together, but we both can't.
You don't yet. I understand.
Yeah, you may feel bad, but like
at someday, once you make a business decision that you think is absolutely right, and then it comes back to bite you in your ass, you'll understand.
Yeah,
and trust me, it will happen. I've made a couple of those.
I'll say this:
made a couple of those.
If
I'm not talking, I'm not talking about a mistake. I'm not talking about this. Oops, I've lost a few $100. I'm talking about an actual business decision that makes you cause you to lose something substantial to you, then you'll understand.
Oh, well, the other guy?
No, not the other guy. Just the understanding the loss of something that you put your heart and soul into.
Yeah,
that you now,
But think about it from Bill Gates' point of view, that his company is probably what he put his heart and soul. So he's willing to make those decisions to make sure it gets to where it needs to be. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. If you work with someone to get at that point, then that you and that person should be working together to make it as big as possible. Bezos, if
they can't both cherish the same thing equally. One wants it more than the other. It's always like that. It is always like that.
No,
it's always one. That goes back to my point. That's why it's always one president. There's one CEO. There's one this, because you can't have two people,
but there's companies that have two CEOs. There's companies that have two presidents. There's companies that have multiple founders. People want something just as bad as other people. If there was no,
that's true, but not at the level of a Microsoft.
Equal.
Like I said, the bigger you get, the more, cutthroat and harder the decisions are. Small companies you never heard of, it's easier. They probably go through presidents all the time. That's easy.
See, you say that, but then think of the biggest company in America. What's the biggest company in America?
Right now? I'm not sure.
You're going to be wrong, but I'm going to go ahead and let you.
It has to be some type of like infrastructure company, right? I would say maybe like
I'll give you the number 2 company. The number 2 company in America is Walmart.
Walmart, number 1 would be.
They employ the most people in America.
I mean, number 1 would be like. Employer in America. Oh my God, I don't even know. United States military.
You won't get number 1. Yeah, actually, it is.
Is it number 1? I was about to say they gotta be.
And they don't do cutthroat or any of that. And there's more than one boss. And don't think.
But you compare military to the corporate world. That's completely different.
The military is ran like the corporate world.
Yeah,
if you haven't been in it, trust me, it's ran just like the corporate world is done. You have board meetings, you have higher up board meetings, you have. I mean, you think the military isn't just guys shooting guns. It's
right.
We have banking, you have logistics, you have IT, you have chemical, biology, you have everything that you have in a normal city. The size of a military base. So you take Tampa, everything that's going on in Tampa, and put it all in MacDill. That's what's going on in MacDill right now.
Right, but military. I mean, that's based on loyalty. I mean, you're in it for a bigger cause.
Exactly, and notice how people who've done most of the most successful companies in America have been military.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I gotta look up some of this stuff because comparing Microsoft to United States military, I mean, this one is making profits, the other is making chaos.
You think?
Just kidding.
Trust me, they already make some profit. We just don't see it. They make profits when they go and take over oil fields, and we go and
take over oil fields. Typical United States, taking to somebody else's shit. You see how it works? Take over oil fields. Bill Gates kicking out people from his company, man. It's greed.
Taking
man.
and kicking out.
I want everything.
Two different things.
I want everything.
But all right. Moving on.
Let's we should do What the Florida, man. We've been almost 2 hours. How long has it been?
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
What the Florida.
All right. I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Wait. Before I make sure it was nothing else you got.
Had some local stuff, but it's kind of depressing. Not depressing. I mean, just never went in on like any bad news or anything like that.
We can, if people want us to do a second show, we do a second show. We do Thursday. Like I said, oh yeah, by the way, I graduated Saturday.
You graduated? You should have started off when I graduated.
Yeah. So
congratulations. That's me clapping.
Appreciate it, brother.
How you feel?
Great. 2 degrees. Like 2 degrees, not just one. I've got 2. Yeah.
Shit, damn! I might have to go back to school. How do you feel?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. So,
would you get So, how did it work? Was it virtual?
Yeah, it was virtual.
Okay.
They just read my name. Actually, I didn't read it. They had a computer read my name. They have a computer read all your names.
Picture pop up like.
No, I didn't put a slide up there. I just had my name because the time they wanted the slides for like April 22nd, but I was trying to get finals and stuff like that done. That was
damn. Did you dress up or because I had
a college shirt on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, was it a lot of people or no?
There was quite a few people signed in. You can't see it because it was on YouTube Live or whatever YouTube thing. So, but there was quite a few people signed into it. They had
I'm surprised they didn't have you
class.
like filming it as like an extra credit project or something.
See, I guarantee you they did, because if you look at the actual, if you look at the commencement, it's on YouTube. It's the cameras that we used. You can tell it's the cameras that we used.
Yeah.
It's the mics that we used. So it's someone from that department.
As a project. Yeah. Hey, film this graduation online. How the fuck? I'm kidding. Yeah. Well, congrats once again. Hopefully, now it's
I can take fun class. Like I'm taking cooking class in fall. It's nice, so fun. Culinary.
Hey, you just wasted that extra seating spot for someone else that paid for it. I'm kidding. All right, I'm ready.
I can always be a better cook. Let's go to Florida. Please. Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right. First. All right. And for those of you who don't know how this played, I'm going to read three stories. He's going to tell me where they happen: middle, north, or South Florida. You'll hear where South Florida cuts off at and North Florida cuts off at, because Middle Florida goes up and down because of this guy. But anyway, with that being said, are you ready?
Yes. Listen, I'm ready. Like, I don't know. I've been off my game with my, puns and cues and everything, but I'm ready.
I've got a real good one that I'm gonna save for last. So
okay, I know it all too.
Florida bank robbery suspect used taxi cab as getaway car. And yes, I did say the same story last year about someone using an Uber as a getaway car. Now we have someone using a taxi as an Uber car.
Okay, probably the same guy. Guy's a little smarter this time. He's like, you know what? No tracing. Go ahead, call this with my cell phone.
I'm telling you. A Florida man called a taxi to take him to a bank, had the driver wait outside while he allegedly robbed the place, then took the cab home from the scene of the crime. Elijah Daniel Spell Shelton, 24, ordered the ride last week.
How many people is that for? Elijah Daniel Shelton and who? I'm just kidding.
Oh, wow. Listen to this name of the tax service. So ordered the ride last week from Johnny on the Spot taxi service, which picked him up in Florida at his Florida residence.
He get inside, excuse me, are you Johnny? All right, let's go.
The sheriff said once Shelton arrived at a nearby Synovus bank branch, he demanded money and got it to the tune of $8,300. He then walked back outside to the waiting taxi, which ferried him back to his house. Needless to say, we apprehended him pretty quickly. We haven't recovered the money, but we definitely recovered him. So that's all that matters.
So I'm sure they have to interrogate the taxi driver.
I know there's money missing. I'm just saying.
What type of county is this?
He has been held on a $260,000 bond, but that is story number one.
Might have to bail him out. Hey, bro, where'd you put that money?
I know, like the $8,300 you got. I just want $3. You can keep the rest. I just want to know
say nothing. Me and Johnny won't say nothing.
I'm just saying. Story number 2.
All right.
Bikini-clad Florida woman jailed after claiming hotel manager jealous of her body.
That sounds camp as shit. Actually, that sounds like
it does. It really does. An irate woman was wearing a white bikini and walking a dog. An irate woman who was wearing a white bikini and walking a dog found herself behind bars Monday afternoon after battling with a hotel manager at the facility's pool. The manager of the Country Inn and Suites called the police officers for help after she spotted 42-year-old Melody Jean Carr at the pool and didn't remember her being a guest at the hotel. She said Carr became upset with her and refused to identify her room number before leaving the hotel pool area on foot. How come I can't talk today? Officers started searching for Carr and found her a short time later at a nearby La Quinta Inn and Suites. Carr became aggressive with officers when they asked her what was happening, telling them they needed to leave her alone. A police report states that she says she hadn't done anything wrong, and the manager of the Country Inn and Suites approached her because she was jealous that her body looked good.
Hey, jealousy runs deep. Maybe that is what happened.
Carr also claimed that she was at the Country Inn and Suites with her boyfriend, who had rented a room there. She said they had an altercation and she left. Then claimed she was only at the hotel because her vehicle, a white Mustang convertible, wasn't working.
Oh my god! What the like? Can you imagine being a cop going? I'm like, what? Y'all caught us for this?
Yeah,
that's it. Y'all go to jail. I was just be arresting people for dumb stuff like that all the time.
An officer told Carr that she was going to be trespassed from the Country Inn and Suites, and her vehicle was going to be towed if she didn't move it. She then jumped over a fence, got inside of her vehicle, and squealed the tires as she pulled straight ahead into a parking spot at the BP gas station. The report says, adding that her vehicle was stopped by a parking bumper because she failed to hit the brakes fast enough.
Okay, so she's obviously
she's having
a regular at the county jail.
They get smell a strong odor of alcoholic beverage coming from her breath. She was placed in handcuffs and detained. She said she had to drink at 9 a.m. So yeah, she's a
wild
having a fun day.
And she has a boyfriend apparently, so he probably wild one too.
He's a wild one. They never. That's the thing. They never said that she had the boyfriend. They never said she found the boyfriend.
Yeah, she probably made that up.
There was never a boyfriend there. I don't think there was ever a boyfriend there.
You think if you was a criminal, like you'd have like at least like I'd have like at least 1,000 believable stories in my head, just constantly on repeat for every situation.
Gotta be ready.
It's my pet tiger. Yeah, I used to be a trainer at the zoo in San Francisco. Oh, okay. I'm telling you, man, I'm okay. Point.
So here's the third story. This one's a good. Man steals 2 police cruisers, leads officers on chase.
How you steal 2 police cruisers?
Oh, I'm about to tell you. This one I'm actually gonna read because why?
It's a Grand Theft Auto. It's a video game. This ain't real. That's the only way you can do that. Is
as they're saying our goodbye, I'm gonna let people see what
one gets wrecked, you get another one.
Pretty much. A 33-year-old man accused of stealing 2 police cruisers was taken into custody with the help of the county sheriff on Thursday, according to the sheriff's office. County Sheriff's Office officials told officials on Friday identified the suspect as Xavier Javern Cummings, who faces charges. I know what a bad name. Who faces charges of armed burglary or of a conveyance. Sorry, escape, fleeing, or attempting to elude.
I was going to say, like, wait, there's a specific crime for armed burglary is a different of a convenience store. It's a completely different charge than regular armed burglary.
Burglary of a conveyance. Okay. Attempting to elude law enforcement, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. I guess when he's at a police car, he's not in possession of a firearm at that point.
Yeah. Oh shit. I forgot that. Oh damn. So everything in the cop car you considered is now you get a felony for.
God, grand theft firearm. There it is. Grand theft motor vehicle and driving while license suspended. Woo! You had a day.
Well, wait, they can't arrest him for driving a license suspended if he was driving a police car, because technically he was going to be in a police car anyway. I guess he's driving it. So,
sheriff officials tweeted Thursday afternoon that northbound Interstate 95 was temporarily shut down in the area, which began after Cummings allegedly stole a police vehicle and fled. So, okay, right. So he stole a police vehicle from a different county. I'll tell you that much.
Okay. All right, so let me backtrack. Let's go to the first story. So first
story was arrested after a 60-mile chase.
Man, this must be in the country somewhere.
Okay. So let me read to what happened so everyone will know. Cocoa police said around 3:46 p.m. That's just where he ended up. That's not where it happened. So nice try.
Yeah, but now I know where he was at. I can kind of, GPS from one side.
Okay, right. You think. Said around 3:46 p.m., officers responded to a disturbance at a motel. Police said when officers were talking to the man, he took off and jumped into one of the patrol vehicles and drove onto 95. Video from a helicopter released by the sheriff's office showed the man in a stolen police cruiser that crashed into the woods when an officer performed a pit maneuver. Officers are heard on the video telling dispatchers to close I-95 and the northbound on-off ramps. Once the man crashed into the woods, almost a dozen officers swarmed the vehicle. Deputy said Cummings dispersed pepper spray, exited the vehicle, and ran towards another police cruiser, which was unlocked with the keys in the ignition.
My man's a magnet for cop cars.
Oh yeah. Officials said an officer used his taser that Cummings hit Cummings on his left side, but was ineffective. Video showed Cummings driving away in the northbound lanes, according to authorities. They got him with stop sticks.
I think it's a rule. Like, if he would have made it to one more cop car, he would have been free to go. I think if you could steal 3 cop cars, like it's like a what you call like an Easter egg in life. If you could steal 3 cop cars on the same day, technically they're supposed to let you go. Like that's just the rules. I mean, come on, you guys. Clearly, you can't catch me.
I mean, if you can get away with 3, I mean, he got away with 2, and I mean, whew, you got to watch Chase. You got to watch. It was a funny chase.
Is that like the most rookie thing you can happen to you as like a cop? Is that like the lowest low where you're just like,
it wasn't a rookie car.
Where's my car?
Thing. It wasn't a rookie car. It was a K9 car.
He stole a K9 car. So my man stole a police car and a police dog
and a K9
and another police car. Okay, so somebody give us. We got to find this guy. Somebody give him an award. I'll bail him out if I have to, because that's impressive. You know, that's literally you can't even do that in Grand Theft Auto. I don't think they have like police dogs in Grand Theft Auto. Man, that's insane. All right, sounds wild.
But you're not gonna. I'll let you start off with this one because you think you know it.
Okay, I don't. What's in Florida?
Okay, what's wrong? We'll keep it like normal. First story: Florida bank robbery suspect used taxi cab as a getaway car.
I'm gonna say Jacksonville. Or North Florida.
Wrong.
Sorry.
Okay. Oh, okay. There you go. North Florida, you are right. It happened in Eastville, Florida, just outside of
people still rob banks?
That's in Fort Walton area.
That's okay. I know people still rob banks. Okay. Number 2, the lady who basically said she was too cute. They don't like me because I'm too cute. I said Tampa, so I'm gonna stick with Central Florida. Because I know like that's some bougie stuff that would happen right around here.
Okay, that one. So it did happen in Central, but it did not happen in Tampa.
Orlando.
Lakeland.
Ocala. Yeah, see, yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's close. It's drivable. And then the third story, guy stole 3 police cars or 2 police cars and a police dog. He's wild. That's impressive. Like I don't need like that's just man, where can you get away with 2 police cars? Where can you steal multiple police cars and then not shoot you and just tase you a whole bunch of times? And it's near a highway. I'm gonna say North Florida.
All right. So it is in 2 counties. If you would have said either one of the other 2, you would have got it right. It started off in South Florida and ended up in Central Florida. It never went to North Florida. It started off in
I feel like if he would have got the third
county and it went up to Volusia County.
If he would have got the 3rd cop car, he would have made it to North Florida.
60 miles. I mean, the dude was booking.
Police cars, man, they pretty fast. Like I can't go any faster. Like no, you can't either.
You can see the video. He was doing 105 easy.
When did this happen? Was it recently?
Yeah, it's published May 6th. So yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. Right? That should be a Nike commercial. Like Nike, I know they never will, but they should have a commercial, this entire video of him doing that. And just be like, anything's possible. Just do it. Just do it. Oh man. Be safe out there, you guys. Watch out for K9 stolen cop cars. Oh
multiple stolen cop cars.
Remember, they hate you because they ain't you, or they don't look like you, I guess. So, all right, you got anything?
What he said. That is it for me. I have nothing else.
All right. Well,
that's about it. You got anything else?
I don't have anything, but I definitely feel like we should probably get another episode in this week, just for the absence of last week. But besides that, man,
look for us on Thursday. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, yeah. So be looking for that Thursday.
Yeah, around the same time, 4:30. We'll of course put out a nice little video, let you guys know what's what. All right. Well, with that being said, like I said, this has been the weekly review with Sean Rock. I am Sean Torres.
And it's your boy Rock the Mic. Peace.
Thank you for listening.